Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, whatever time you find yourself watching this video. Got another little goodie in from my friends at AtlanticKnife.com. C and Jewel convinced me to get this guy, and let's take a look-see. It is an MTech. Now, if you don't know much about MTech, it's as the box says, this is USA premium design. The knife is going to be made in China. This is the MX-A829BW. MTech makes some kind of unique and interesting knives. That's for dirt cheap prices. That's sort of why I like them. And this is no exception to that. Big, heavy, solid knife. We'll break the scale out because this knife got to be at least 8 ounces. Am I just grabbing it? Oh, almost 8 ounces, 7.2 ounces. $204 grams. So it is definitely a stout feeling knife. Those feel like steel bolsters with wood handles. The blade does not, it responds to nudging, but we're not going to quibble too much because this is a budget knife. We're going to look at what's on the blade here. Tactical model MX-A829 stainless steel, USA premium design. Looks like it says handcrafted in China. MTech USA Xtreme. Top flipper, no thumb studs, little jimping on the very top of the spine. Let's see the action, and nice smooth action. Rounded spine, so ferro rod is not in the cards for this one. Oh, it didn't say handcrafted, it says precision crafted in China. Oh, very sharp, very sharp. As you can see, the handle, ergonomics are obviously a thing with this knife. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, that is pretty darn interesting. I don't necessarily know that this is warranted or necessary. The pocket clip is not reversible. So maybe this was just a stylistic cue. It is a liner lock, and the liner does fully go onto the blade. Don't love the pocket clip. And like another knife I did, though, I reviewed a K-bar folder that was pretty darn heavy. My recommendation was, okay, unless you have some stiff, like denim blue jeans, a knife this heavy, I just take the pocket clip off, especially, I sort of wish they'd have a thumb stud right there because it's made for that. But the action with the top flipper is very easy. That liner is holding very well, a lot of pressure on there. It feels, I mean, besides the pocket clip, fit and finish is good. Looks like painted steel liners. And again, very sharp. This blade style, this blade style is essentially a clip point with 440C stainless. The cutting edge on this is right at 4 inches. The the handle is right at 5 inches. So a roomy knife, you know. The action, as you see here, you get tension because this is a spring assisted folder. Which, again, I wish they had thumb studs, but it's not the end of the world because this flipper makes, and the action makes it very nice. Very, very, very nice. This thing is not the thickest knife, but it is well built. You know, the impression I get on this knife, fast deployment, comfortable, super comfortable in the reverse grip for downward actions. Again, as in a lot of these types of heavy knives, I just take the pocket clip off. One thing, the liner lock has jimping on it that could get a little, you know, especially the very, I don't know if we can see here, but this very first jimp, if you would call it, is kind of sharp. So, you know, maybe I'd take a little file to that and bring it down a little bit. You know, the knife itself, I like it. I'm not sure. We'll got to figure out what kind of, I think this is wood. I think it's Pakkawood. Drop a comment below if you know anything about Pakkawood, because to be honest, I do not. And I guess I need to, because well, I'll say this. I don't normally buy a lot of knives that have a wooden scale. But it's not because I just hate wood or anything like that. But typically they're very smooth, which this one is very smooth. But why I didn't automatically go, oh, it's too smooth, I hate it, is because of these finger, this grip. Your hand locks in there, and smoothness aside, now if it's soaking wet or if you got into some slippery substance, sure, it's gonna potentially impact your grip. But otherwise, these finger grooves really lock your hand in place. So very, very nice overall package. For the price, this is a very nice knife. I mean, I think it is, it's a pleasant surprise. I've been underwhelmed on several knives lately. And this one, I'm actually, I'm pleased that I got it. I like it. I will make a couple of modifications on it. Take that off, sand that liner lock just a hair to make it more comfortable. And this is something, you know, you could, it's got an aggressive tip. They call it a clip point. Well, okay. You know, it's, if this was a little thicker, it's almost a reverse Tanto, but that's okay. I'm not going to quibble at all. These things can go as little as $9. And for a knife this solid, and with the fit, you know, okay, it doesn't, it's a hair off on the centering, but for a $9 knife, this is a lot of knife that I think anyone would be like, man, that's a cool knife for $9, you know. I could see myself buying, oh, lanyard hole, didn't mention that earlier. I could see myself buying a couple of these at that price point and just holding on to them. And, you know, for 440C steel, it's a higher carbon steel, but it's not gonna, you know, it's not going to be the most, you know, edge retention. It's not junk. I'll have to see where Metal Complex puts 440C. It might be junk in his department, but it really does. Right now, it's got a very nice edge to it, very sharp, and I could carry it with some confidence, you know. I don't necessarily prefer the clip, the tip down carry anyway, so it's not going to make a difference when I take the pocket clip off. So anybody else have some MTechs? I may have one or two from a while back that I have, but this is certainly the first one with the wood handle. So look, I'm going to give you guys an A for this one. It's a nice knife. I don't have, you know, the steel snobs may beat me up for that. But for $9, I do not care. You know, if it goes dull, 440 is easy to put an edge back on it. If it goes dull again, you put another edge on it. If you get tired of sharpening it, you grab another one that you spent $9 on. So who the hell cares? So with that being said, let me know in the comments below, any other MTechs you'd like to see, have questions about, I'm happy to try to talk to my buddies over at Atlantic Knife and see if they have more for me to, they like taking my money. So I can give them my money on some things that I don't mind, that I might enjoy later. Now, one thing I'll notice, and the pocket clip kind of hit it, there's a little, that's a little flaw in the finish. The way this is designed, you know, with that wood, it may have benefited from a screw right here. It does not have one. It has one sort of underneath the pocket clip right there. But to, like, over here, there's none. So if we deconstructed this guy, you know, I don't recommend putting glue on knife scales, but that is a fit and finish issue. That's gonna bump them down to a B+, but that's okay. Still, for a $9 knife, you can't be too hard on them. I mean, I'm almost still inclined to give them an A for that, but if I put the fine tooth comb, there's a little asymmetry right here. Again, the blade centering. It's not so bad in the back, but it's not terrible. That's my whole point. So anyway, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell. This week we'll have 3, some weeks I have 4 or even 5, depending. If it's a special occasion, I'll drop an extra video. So I hope you were informed by this. If you're thinking about a MTech Xtreme, MTech USA, I recommend it. I think it's good. So until next time, remember, life is hard. Don't complain. Till we meet again. Take care.